I just hate that word so much. We're not running a business. We're not partners at a law firm. I'm the man. She's the woman. I'm going to do certain things. She's going to do different things. And together, we're better.
So she's not your partner then?
Yeah, she's my woman.
Oh.
Have certain expectations on your partner, absolutely. But there's a difference between, not having 10 seconds to text your partner. Like everyone has 10 seconds to text their partner back.
Well,
how old is he, Jenny?
39.
So 9 years older than you. Yeah, I think that's a good, I think 5 to 10 years is like the minimum an age gap should be. I think a lot of women get into this, they're 20 and then they marry a guy who's 20 and then they're going to suffer with their children until they're 30 because he doesn't have his shit in order.
Whole different,
so that
complete
part,
different ballpark. That's someone who's building themselves, who hasn't, who doesn't make a, 7-figure salary per year, and you have way less responsibilities, and you're building yourself. That's a whole nother ballpark. I agree.
So let's talk about this word partner. So Jenny, I know you like this word. So are you looking for a partner? Do you want things to be 50-50?
What do you mean 50-50 when it comes to emotional labor? Because I hope you're not talking about financial.
Well, what is emotional labor?
Like in terms of is everyone putting the same effort into the relationship?
Well, do you think men and women put effort into the relationship in the same way or in different ways?
I think they express it in different ways. I think there's some men and some women that have different ways of showing attention, showing love, showing that they're, as I think Angie said that earlier too, some have more of providing, showing acts of services, while some women are more inclined to show words of affirmations or providing in different ways. So it really depends on the partner that you have. I've also seen it's not really only dependent on the gender. I've seen men that are just very lovey-dovey, very more so affirmative than I am versus them, and it just really depends on the person.
So again, what is emotional labor?
Emotional labor.
I've heard this term a lot, and I can never figure out what this is supposed to mean.
So what do you think it is?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I can't figure out what this could possibly be.
So in one word, if that word comes up for you, is it a positive or negative association for you?
No, I don't even know what it means. I can't figure out what this means, emotional labor. So what does it mean to you?
Okay, so emotional labor would be being emotionally available for your partner. Let's say they've had a hard, long day and they just need someone to be there for them. You could say hey, do you want to just vent, or do you want me to help us find a solution for you? What type of emotional support could you provide in that moment? Right? And there could be emotional labor of, hey, I have a big thing happening tomorrow. Do you think you can help me prep for this, or walk me through it, or give me a pep talk? Just being able to emotionally tune into what your partner needs.
So I think some of the things you expressed would be ways that women show their love to men. So the women that I date, they're not going to come to me and be my day sucked, I need to vent, because I make sure their day didn't suck. Right?
Can you say that again?
So the women that I date, they're not going to be my day sucked and was stressful, because I made their day not suck and not stressful.
I love that. How did you do that?
By making sure they don't have to work, or don't have to work in the capacity that they don't want to work.
I love that. I think you're spot on with that. In having that provider mentality and not expecting a woman to pay bills, right? It's lovely when a woman
it's not even that.
Play money for herself.
If a woman I'm with is my job sucks, I'm well, I don't want to hear about how your job sucks anymore, because I don't need this energy in my life. Everyone's job sucks. So why don't you come work for me, and then you can kind of take it easy, right?
Interesting.
Because everyone's job sucks, right?
I don't know if I agree with that, but
to some extent. right? Like everyone's job, if you're out there making a lot of money and crushing it, your job is going to be stressful to some extent.
Yeah, I guess it takes some building to get to a certain point, and no matter what you do. But it really depends on how you learn how to handle that stress, right? I don't think like working 20 hours a week and doing something you genuinely love, I think that's like a bonus. I love that.
So I don't know.
Absolutely. And like that's working 20 hours a week doing something you love is not conducive to being highly successful and building a good life, right? So like only one of the two people can do that.
I where I am at working 20, you can work 20 hours a week and earn a very good 6-figure salary.
Yeah, but 6 figures isn't a lot of money.
A good,
nowadays,
I said
right?
a good. So let's say the mid-range. Let's talk about 500K a year.
Yeah, 20 hours a week, I think usually doesn't cut it for that.
If you have automated
10 years
systems in place, I would say more like 5-6 years in. If you have an automated system in place where you know how to scale without overworking yourself, that's absolutely possible. We can chat later.
So what kind of emotional labor do you want your man to provide you day to day?
I think thinking of emotional labor, I don't think it never feels like labor when we interact with each other or when we connect. It doesn't feel like we have to work for it, if that makes sense, because we're so in tune with where we're at and like we're in alignment and a match with that, if that makes sense. But I think more so being able to, like, if there's something that we want to discuss or see where we're going, to be willing to have an open conversation about it.
Lace, what do you think about the word partner? Why do you use it? Are you looking for something 50-50?
I think I'm in line with Jenny here when it comes to like the work that you put into your relationship and however you balance that. Like you're big on this. You made the comment, my woman, if I'm going to take care of her, I'm going to make sure that her problems, she doesn't have any because I'm going to provide the money. Then there's going to be things that she's going to have to handle so you can continue to do that. So whatever level of effort each is putting into the relationship, it should be, equal as much as possible. I mean, sometimes you have to balance each other out, and that's the important part of having a relationship is when one person maybe needs a little help out more than the other, and maybe that role will change. But really part of a good team is being able to balance each other's strengths and weaknesses and cover for each other. You get further together when you do things together. And however you decide to define that in your relationship with your partner is the way it should be.
I just hate that word so much. We're not running a business. We're not partners at a law firm. I'm the man. She's the woman. I'm going to do certain things. She's going to do different things. And together we're better, right? Like the things that she does make my life easier. And the purpose that I'm on, she can come with and her life is better for it.
So she's not your partner then?
Yeah, she's my woman.
Oh.
Angie, what do you think about the word partner? I kind of have an idea what you're going to say.
I honestly just don't really care about the word partner, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. I don't care about it too much. But really, my understanding is it's like a hierarchy. It's more like you're dating, and then you're a girlfriend, and then you're a partner, and then you're a wife. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more like a hierarchy to me. Like, it doesn't really mean anything. But I know that, like, Rich doesn't like the word partner, so I just say boyfriend. I don't really care about it, to be honest. Boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, wife, I don't care.
Let me tell you a funny story of when I used to be plugged in before joining the community and before really getting my mental sorted. So when I was plugged in, I was listening to all the BS that society feeds us about men and women were the same, whatever, right? And so I would refer to the girl I was with at the time as my partner. And I started a new job at some point, and people that I worked with thought I was gay because I kept calling her my partner, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I knew like something's wrong with this word, man. We gotta stop using this word.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, like it's just a word. Like, why does it have to have so much weight to it? Like, it just, why does it matter? I don't know. Being your woman or being whatever it is more important than the word itself.
Yeah, it's true. I
Right?
think the language we use matters to an extent, though.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.